And at this moment, I thought to myself, well, there's no going back now. It's been over 2 years since I had my curly cut, and I just thought I'd do it myself. Feel free to follow along if you like, but keep in mind, this is your doing, not mine. First things first, I'm going to create a section for my bangs. This one section will be split into 2 sections. Actually, last minute change up, 3 sections. The hair closest to your forehead should be the longest, and then the next section should come a little bit shorter than the first section. And then finally, the last section should be a little bit shorter than the previous section. I would like my bangs to be layered so that when they curl, they sit on top of each other. Once I have those 3 layers cut, my bang is now complete. Since the look I'm going for is a round afro, I need to make sure the top of my hair is shorter than the bottom of my hair. I'm also trying to achieve the look where my bangs are pulled forward in front of my forehead. And with that in mind, cuts 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to be cut forward. This is an extremely important part of the process. The back of your hair should be the longest section. The back of my hair has a tighter curl pattern than the top of my head, so I will be leaving this back section completely alone. I'm going to create another section, which I would consider the middle layer. The purpose of this middle layer is to really blend the back half of my hair that is longer with the top half of my hair that's shorter. You will need to ensure that this layer is slightly shorter than the back layer. This next section I will call the upper mid layer, and this section should blend in the bottom mid layer with the top of the hair. Once all the sections have been cut, I would consider this as my base cut. This is generally how I would expect my hair to fall once I begin to curl and define my hair. And so far, so good. Up next, it's time to get into the detail cut and styling. So now that I have my base layer completely executed, it's time for me to go in and moisturize my hair. While I'm going through, I'm ensuring that my hair is drenched with warm water. Usually at this point, I would add leave-in conditioner. However, I use K18, which is a leave-in hair conditioner mask, and it really helps the curls pop. Once I add water, I'm just going right in with some gel. Once I get the curls defined, I need to ensure that the bang placement is correct. And as you can see, it was way too long. At this point, it really is about filling out your hair and seeing how your hair is naturally laying with the other curls. As I'm going through and defining my curls, I'm also ensuring that the curls are positioned and laying naturally within my hair. Since the first layer of my bang was too long, the second layer and the third layer was also too long. So I needed to ensure that these top pieces of my hair were short enough and really helped create that shape on the top of my head. Y'all, this is when I started to get a little uncomfortable because I was chopping at this point. Since the tops of my hair need to be shorter than the bottoms, really this last portion just came down to filling it out and seeing where the curls laid. I would not rush this part because it's really important that your hair, it blends on a slow incline rather than just like a big drop. So really think of it like a mountain. The base of the mountain is always going to be thicker than the top. Also, I know my hair very well. I know how my curls are and how they tend to lay. So make sure you just know a lot about your hair before you decide to take on a process like this. For example, I know that I have tighter curls in the back of my hair, so I knew that I didn't have to chop the back of my hair. And the tops of my hair tend to be looser. The next thing we're going to get into is the drying and the setting. If you like a lot of volume in your hair, feel free to shake your head. It will not hurt. And here are the final results. I'm so happy I took this leap of faith. I really feel more confident now than ever, and I'm really hoping I can recreate this in the future. If you enjoyed watching this process, please go ahead and give a like and a comment. If you know somebody that likes to DIY chop their hair, send them this video. Thanks, y'all. Bye.